All right, today we're diving into something huge, a massive reinvention. We're talking about how Thailand, an absolute titan of global tourism, is completely overhauling its strategy for the next decade. It's all part of an ambitious plan called Thailand NEXT, so let's get right into it.
So it really all boils down to this question. What does happen when one of the most popular places on Earth basically has to hit the reset button? I mean, imagine being at the absolute top of your game, and then, boom, the entire game changes overnight. That's the exact spot Thailand found itself in, and it forced them to rethink everything.
And this is exactly why. The pandemic wasn't just a bump in the road, it was a near total shutdown. Get this, international tourist arrivals in the Asia-Pacific region just plummeted, down a staggering 82% in 2021 from where they were in 2019. That's not a dip, folks, that is a cliff.
So, a crisis of that magnitude brought Thailand to a major crossroads. See, the pandemic didn't just put a pause on travel, it fundamentally changed what travelers expect and want. The old way of doing things, it was officially useless.
For years and years, the strategy was pretty straightforward. More people, more flights, more hotels. Fill them up. But relying on just pure volume, well, that model has its risks. And that global halt in travel exposed that weakness in a big way, making it crystal clear that a new, more resilient plan wasn't just an option, it was essential.
And that new plan has a name: Thailand NEXT. Now, this is way more than just a slick marketing campaign. We are talking about a detailed 10-year blueprint that is designed to launch the country into a whole new era of tourism.
Okay, so here's the absolute key. It's a total shift in philosophy. The plan, which runs from 2025 all the way to 2035, is about moving away from just counting heads at the airport. Instead, the focus is now on the quality and the value of the experience for every single visitor. It's a huge pivot from quantity to quality.
You know, this quote from their research just perfectly captures the new mindset. It's not about selling a product you can own anymore. The goal now is to offer these meaningful experiences, things you learn, things you feel, things you remember that actually become a part of you.
So that all sounds great, right? But how are they actually going to pull it off? Well, the strategy is built on 3 core pillars, and each one is designed to take Thailand's unique strengths and use them in a totally new way. Let's break them down. First up, we've got what they're calling cultural soft power. Now, this isn't just about showing off beautiful temples. No, it's about going so much deeper. It's about using the incredibly rich fabric of Thai culture, the food, the festivals, the ancient wisdom, as the main attraction for a whole new kind of traveler.
And this really shows you the shift. The old way was often pretty passive, seeing things from behind the window of a tour bus. The new approach is all about participation, about getting your hands dirty. We're talking about learning to cook a real Thai dish, actually understanding the meaning behind a festival, or talking directly with local artisans.
And here's what that actually looks like in practice. Think about culinary tourism that covers everything from world-famous street food to sustainable farm-to-table dining. It means promoting these amazing cultural festivals that are tied to the lunar calendar and creating spiritual tourism where you can actually learn from local traditions.
Okay, pillar number 2. This is a huge bet on health and wellness. Thailand is building on its already stellar reputation for hospitality, and it's aiming to become a global hub for literally everything, from cutting-edge medical care to transformative wellness retreats.
And this market is incredibly diverse. You've got the high-end medical procedures like cardiac or cosmetic surgery, but you've also got these amazing holistic wellness retreats. Think Muay Thai camps or meditation centers. And on top of all that, there's a growing focus on providing affordable, high-quality care for the elderly.
And they have a clear roadmap to get there. It starts with promoting local wellness products. From there, it moves to developing unique, prevention-focused treatments. And the ultimate goal? By 2035, they want to be a top global destination for all things health and wellness.
The final pillar taps into one of the biggest trends in modern travel: sustainability. The whole point here is to protect Thailand's absolutely incredible natural beauty and make sure tourism is actually giving back to the environment instead of just taking from it.
To make that happen, they're focusing on low-carbon travel across the board. They're developing new nature-based activities like climbing and surfing. And they are really trying to learn from past mistakes with over-tourism by protecting fragile places and promoting smaller, community-led experiences.
Of course, a plan this ambitious isn't going to be a walk in the park. It's going to face some pretty major hurdles.
Let's be real about the roadblocks here. For one thing, the competition is fierce. Thailand isn't doing this in a bubble. It's competing with Singapore's incredible efficiency as a hub, Malaysia's powerful low-cost airlines, and South Korea's absolute marketing machine. It's a tough neighborhood.
And they've got challenges at home, too. They have to shake that cheap destination label. They have to figure out how to protect the environment from the very industry that relies on it. They need to make sure the service quality and infrastructure can support this new high-value vision. And of course, political stability is always a factor.
But even with all those challenges, the goals of Thailand Next are incredibly clear. And they are definitely ambitious. So let's look at what success will actually look like for them a decade from now.
First, the sheer numbers. Even with this new focus on value, they are targeting an incredible 90 million visitors every single year by 2035.
And economically, the goal is to generate 4 trillion baht. To put that into perspective, that's over 100 billion US dollars in tourism revenue each year.
But when you boil it all down, the ultimate goal isn't just about the money or the number of visitors. It's about prestige. It's about leadership. It's about securing a spot among the top 10 countries in the entire world for tourism growth and innovation.
Which leaves us with one last, really fascinating question. As the whole world rethinks what it even means to travel, could this be the future? This big shift from volume to value, from just sightseeing to having a real experience. Could Thailand's bold plan become the new blueprint for tourism everywhere,